I killed Dietrichson. Me, Walter Neff, insurance agent, 35 years old, unmarried, no visible scars. Until a while ago, that is. Yeah, I killed him. I killed him for money and for a woman. It all began last May. I was thinking about that dame upstairs and the way she had looked at me. And I wanted to see her again, close, without that silly staircase between us. How could I have known that murder can sometimes smell like honeysuckle?
I can't stand it anymore. What if they do hang me?
They're not going to hang you, baby.
It's better than going on this way.
They're not going to hang you. Because you're going to do it and I'm going to help you.
Yes, from the moment they met, it was murder. But always behind them, with his devilish hunches and his brilliant brain, was Keyes.
The murder's never perfect. Always comes apart sooner or later. And where two people are concerned, it's usually sooner.
Could they get away from him and his relentless pursuit? And could they get away with murder?
You don't know Keyes. Once he gets his teeth into something, he never lets go. He'll investigate you. He'll have you shadowed. He'll watch you every minute from now on. You afraid, baby?
Yes, I'm afraid. But not of Keyes. I'm afraid of us.
I'd like to move in on her right now, tonight. If it wasn't for Norton and his striped pants ideas about company policy, I'd have the cops after her so quick it'd make a head spin. Now, we know the Dietrichson dame is in it, and somebody else.
Only you haven't got a single thing to go on, Keyes.
He'll show. He's got to show. Sometime, somewhere, they've got to meet.
Hello, welcome to the very first installment, hopefully not the last, of Noir Listed. On this channel we're going to have a look at some films from the 1940s and 50s, maybe even some from the early 60s. All films that have been considered, in some way or another, film noir. So let's get to it. And what better film to kick this thing off with than what many consider to be the definitive film noir, and that is Billy Wilder's classic, Double Indemnity. Originally released in 1944, the film was nominated for 7 Academy Awards that year, including Best Picture. It didn't take any of those awards home, as the Academy favored the Bing Crosby feel-good hit Going My Way, which was apparently the Titanic of the 1944 Oscars.
Academy Award winner for the Best Picture of its year. Bing Crosby, Academy Award winner for the Best Performance. Mary Fitzgerald for the Supporting Performance. Leo McCarey for his great original story and inspired direction. Plus awards for the Best Screenplay and the Best Original Song, Swinging on a Star.
Or would you like to swing on a star?
However, Double Indemnity's slick dialogue, high contrast lighting, and twisting plotline made it a hit with audiences, who at the time were used to a much tamer Hollywood product. You gotta keep in mind that when this film was made, the Hays Production Code was in full effect, and producers were cracking down on sex and violence in films, often before they were even made. So they had a lot of trouble getting this film from script to screen, given that the original story, by American pulp novelist James Cain, was chock full of all that good stuff that Hollywood wanted out. It was director and screenwriter Billy Wilder, along with the help of another famed pulp novelist, Raymond Chandler, and their use of sexual innuendo, as well as implied off-screen sex and violence, that allowed this film to feel more, well, real than other Hollywood films of the time.
Peel off your coat and sit down. Your husband out?
Yes, Long Beach. They're spudding in a new well. He phoned he'd be late. About 9:30. It's about time you said you were glad to see me.
The film's commercial success really launched noir as a style and as the big ticket in Hollywood for the late 40s and early 50s. Hundreds of films with a similar style, several of which were just straight-up knockoffs of Double Indemnity. It also spawned some remakes over the years, including a somewhat painful 1970s made-for-TV effort that certainly doesn't stand up to the original. Double Indemnity's strength really comes from a top-notch cast, led by the duo of Fred MacMurray as Walter Neff.
Insurance salesman, 35 years old, unmarried, no visible scars. Until a while ago, that is.
And an Academy Award-nominated performance by the lovely Barbara Stanwyck as the quintessential femme fatale, Phyllis Dietrichson.
Is there anything I can do?
MacMurray plays the lead role perfectly, with a suave but gullible approach that really sets the bar for noir male leads to come. Unfortunately, this was MacMurray's only real noir role, as he went on to later become known as a leading man for Walt Disney.
Walt Disney's Son of Flubber. It's a zany moment from Walt Disney's hilarious movie comedy, Son of Flubber. Starring Fred MacMurray as the professor who finds a fantastic new formula for football.
Also appearing in the film is well-known character actor Edward G. Robinson as Walter Neff's boss, Baxter Keyes.
Every month, hundreds of claims come to this desk. Some of them are phonies, and I know which ones. How do I know? Because my little man tells me.
What little man?
The little man in here. Every time one of these phonies comes along, he ties knots in my stomach. I can't eat. Yours was one of them, Galopez. That's how I knew your claim was crooked.
Robinson appears in several other important film noirs, so this film is really a great introduction to him. Alright, so let's get to the story. We start off with Walter Neff entering his office. We soon find out that he's been shot in the chest and is seemingly well on his way towards death. He enters his boss's office and begins recording a confession. Neff's confession becomes the narration for the film, and through a series of flashbacks, Walter fills us in on the details of an affair and a murder that he's been involved in. I won't give away anything that the trailer hasn't, but this film has a couple of great twists that you might not expect. However, its plot has been copied in several other films, so you may feel it's a little predictable. But even so, it remains extremely entertaining from start to finish. It's tough to really pick out one standout performance in this one. Like I said earlier, both MacMurray and Stanwyck are terrific in it, and it would be just as easy to give them both a tie. But I'm going to give a slight advantage to Barb.
Oh, that's all right.
Despite her infamous wig, she's absolutely stunning in this picture, and it's easy to believe that Neff would kill to be with her. Stanwyck went on to star in several other noirs, but her performance as Miss Dietrichson remains perhaps her strongest. It is too bad that she was running against another terrific performance that year by Ingrid Bergman.
Thank you. Thank you very much for my Oscar, and I hope that in the future I'll be worthy of it.
So, as for Double Indemnity's listing, it definitely takes top honors and is officially noir listed.
Get out of here.
You bet I'll get out of here, baby. I'll get out of here, but quick.